Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to your Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Back one of the lesson. And today, I'm going to touch on this article and mention this clip from a movie that's coming out called Civil War. All right. Because we're in those times where you're going to see some astounding stuff happen, in this day, man. All right. Things that people would write off as impossible, or they can't picture things ever happening. But there's a lot of foreshadowing going on in certain movies that match up with Bible prophecy. All right. Now, this article is from the Daily Mail. It says Texas plans to send more flights to Chicago after cities started to cite bus companies and enact ordinances to slow arrivals as tit for tat between states intensify. So they start finding buses here in Chicago that drop off migrants. And I'm going to get into this article, but now Texas talking about forget the buses. We're just going to send planes, man. And that's crazy, man. All right. But in the end, it's all set up. It's meant to create division. It's meant to create chaos. And they're right on track. It says Texas may be getting the last laugh as in a showdown with Chicago officials over transporting migrants away from beleaguered border towns to the Windy City after flying asylum seekers from El Paso to Chicago last week. Despite strict ordinances penalizing charter buses loaded with migrants heading to Illinois, buses and planes with migrants are bound for Chicago as we speak. As it says, El Paso officials confirmed the Daily Mail. El Paso has sent 139 buses to Chicago in recent months with the help of state officials, according to the city of El Paso's migrant dashboard. Last week, the Texas Division of Emergency Management, which handles migrant transports, chartered its first flight with migrants to Chicago to avoid growing restrictions over when migrants can be dropped off. And who has money for all this, man? You got to really ask yourself. People booking flights, putting people on planes, chartering buses to ship these people all over. Hey, but the government claims, it doesn't got money for its citizens, So in the end, we know that this thing is fishy, and the setup is in play. And you got citizens upset highly over this. It says basically flipped it. They said if we're going to have problems with buses, we're going to send flights. John Martin, who runs the Opportunity Center for Homeless in El Paso, told DailyMail.com in an interview Tuesday. Right? So you got all these people waiting up to get on these planes. You know how much plane tickets cost, man? And paying for, pilots, fuel to ship these people. Right? So this money is coming from somewhere. It says in recent weeks, the city of Chicago and suburbs like Aurora and Tinley Park. And if you're from Illinois, you're familiar with these places, man. So these are places all over the state. It's not even just Chicago anymore. It says started finding charter bus companies that don't give them advance warning of where and when asylum seekers would be arriving. Migrants have to be respected. They have to be taken care. But this is ultimately the bus company's responsibility. Tinley Park Village manager Pat Carr to Chicago NBC. They are the ones who are trafficking these people up here, right? They're going to show more pictures of buses pulling up all over the place. Let me see if anything else is good. It says the migrants that are under care have a desire to go to Chicago. Martin said. He added that it's one of the top destinations migrants want to go. New York City, Denver are the other two top choices. So that's kind of interesting, man. They want to go to, they come from a warm tropical climate, but they want to go to fucking New York, Chicago, and Denver. Hey, something ain't adding up. But anyway, that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna grab some scriptures to add to this, because this is showing you that this country is not on the same page, man. All right, this country is already will have been showing signs of division, man. And depending on what goes on with this next election, if they even have it, things be getting close to a boiling point. That's why I mentioned that movie. This movie, Civil War. I'm not gonna play it, but because I don't want to. Sometimes they take the video down if you play movies. But as you can see through it, man, they showing planes, they showing destruction, snipers, and this is all citizens going at each other, man. Right? States then succeeded, then broke off. And with the way things are going, you can really see a possibility of that happen, man. Right? Because it's mentioned in the scriptures, So let's go. Let's get first scripture I want to get, the second Ezra chapter 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And when you go back into this movie, Civil War, man, they don't care what the president of the U.S. They done broke off and started their whole new set of so-called republic. So you can understand. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And they show you that in that trailer. Okay. It says, "For because of the pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid." So this is American versus American when you watch this trailer, man. And these people, it's a very funny scene. I encourage you to go watch the trailer where this dude that's on the screen, he sees some American reporters, and they said, "Oh, don't do anything. We're Americans." And he look at him, he like, "What kind of Americans?" So you see that separation, man. That separation is gonna increase more and more. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Right? So you got all kind of scenarios going down in these last days: cyber attacks, civil war, the money system crashing, all type of things, man. Let's keep going. Let's get the book of Daniel chapter 2 verse 41. And I want to get down to the image of the statue in the book of Daniel that breaks down different kingdoms that were ruling throughout history, man. All right, this is prophecy, and that's how you know the Bible matches up with secular history. It says, Daniel chapter 2 verse 41. "It's whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay, part iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay." Now this is going also into the Roman Empire, but the rebirth of the Roman Empire, which is you got America, Britain, so-called the EU, European countries, right? NATO, which is the military arm of these countries. They're going to be divided, man. It's not just going to be just within America, but even the countries are going to be divided among themselves. So you can understand. It says, verse 42, "And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever." And that's mentioned the kingdom of Israel, right? When Yahweh Shai comes back. So this is going into the end days, right? He didn't rule after the Roman Empire, but he's going to rule after the end of Mystery Babylon, aka America, the end of NATO and the EU. When these places go down, that's when Israel, right, as a kingdom, is going to be set back up through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. From here, let's end it off in the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?" So these are, the kindling of what's to come, man. Two states going at each other, They're letting in the, because really the federal government can step in and just shut the fucking border down and really turn everybody away, but they don't. They want more fuel for the fire. So they're bringing them in. One state don't want them, so they're going to send them to Chicago because it's so-called asylum place, right? Seeking asylum. So they're going to go back and forth. But you heard what New York mayor said, or governor, one of them, that, hey, these migrants could be the end of New York. So they're going to be mad at these southern states for doing it. And it's going to be, like it says in this article, tit for tat, man. All right. To eventually it gets to a point where the ideologies of these places are so vastly different that you're going to have succession, man. You're going to have states succeeding. It says, Luke 12:49, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straight until it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell ye nay, but rather division. So the Lord is creating those feelings of division. It ain't one America, it's two Americans. Right wing versus left wing, which is all bullshit at the end of the day, because both sides are controlled opposition, man. All right, the powers that be that really running this place, hey, they want that turmoil so they can bring something new out of the ashes of this current system. All right, meaning that mark of the beast system. All right, and that's right. Hey, that's right coming down the line, man. All right, so keep your eyes open for that. But that's the point. I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom the next time.